Shardvixen here, and I am, as you can see, playing No Man's Sky. But we're back to our creative thing, because we got really sick of the other one. Anyway, I'm looking for a portal. I'm gonna be looking for a portal. I'm not gonna be doing that one, I don't think. And Seroka4you is supposed to join me in the stream. We'll see. Things can change, and it's good, and if it does, that's fine. And I'll just do my stream all by myself. Hey, Roger! Hey, Thunder Chris! No, I don't think you were first, sorry. Hello, Dean Brown. I don't think I've ever seen you in my stream, so welcome. Alright, so as I was saying, we can chat. If you guys have questions, things you want to talk about, things you want to say, I don't care what it is. Ooh, it's a spin. But we gotta find find our portal on this planet, and then meet up with Seroka4you if he chooses to. Well, just because you know how the world goes, just because you're first on yours doesn't mean you're first. Ha ha ha! Thundercrit. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Alright. We're gonna go do our thing. Let's go find a monolith. So it's a good chance there's a portal on this one because there's all this other cool stuff. Did I just miss one? That one was hard to get to. This is a really funky planet. Funky planet. I must have got my time zones wrong. That's okay. I do that a lot. Get my time zones wrong. Alright, here we go. I got a new ship in this save. I don't know if any of you had seen that before, but I did get a new ship. Oops. I went past it. It is that one that's just sitting there. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, let me out. Thank you. Well, it can get boring if you play like you do Ark 5-10 hours of it. I don't know. If you play the story mode, it's not too boring. Thunder Chris. If you like exploring planets and finding stuff and things like that, then it ain't too bad. Yours stinks. Well, get yourself a new ship. This is creative mode, Mr. Brown. So I can buy ships and freighters and all those things much easier than you can in normal. I played my normal on Tuesday and it irritated the hell out of me. I got lost. So, hold on, we're going to get a blue screen here for a moment. I have to invite him to a party chat. Create one. Create party. I'm talking to myself while I do things. Because that's how I am sometimes. Invite players. I gotta find him in my mass of friends here. There we go. Alright, invite. Hello? Oh, there you are. You're a little low. Let me check. You're a little low on your mic there, but it's good. We'll see if everybody else can hear you. I'm already broadcasting my stream. I do have to turn down my thing. Let me know if you guys can hear Seroka4you. He has a YouTube channel, so be sure to check it out. He also has a website that's currently up, where you can go and put yourself in, and if you have your Alt 4 pass, you sign up with that. You put that in too. You don't sign up with it, but you put it in. If you don't have it, you're still welcome. Hey, yes. Seroka, how are you?
Doing okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Ready to I'm trying to get all my elements together so I can portal jump. I'm looking for a Viking dagger.
You need to be in a Viking system.
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna have to warp out real quick.
Well, I'm looking for a portal where I'm at right now. I'm on a different planet, so... Hey, I got all the words except 2.
I've got a monolith that's willing to give me a portal, but I don't have a beacon dagger, so you know how that goes.
Yep, I was playing in normal and it was irritating me. I hadn't played in normal for since before November, before Thanksgiving. And so I decided, I'll play. I'm in the second galaxy, so I'm like, I'll play. And I was looking for a portal because Dan Hipley, I was looking for glyphs. And he's all like, I got a planet for you, come here. And I'm like, and then I lost the portal because they didn't put a one of the save beacons up. I figured it'd be fine just to put my comm ball up. Comm ball never showed up when I left the planet.
No way.
So I got stuck between planets going, where the hell's my, I couldn't even find the comm ball. And he's all like, just do another monolith. And I'm like, I'm in normal. I can't just pop things up. I have to go buy, find all the stuff and everything. Then I got hit by pirates and then I got killed. So I was like, won't be playing normal for a little while.
Right, you're gonna have to take a break from that.
Well, see, I just don't play normal because I like creative because I don't have to worry about the pirates. If I want to practice shooting them, I can, but I'm not very good at shooting them.
Everything's free in creative too, isn't it?
Well, yeah. There's some things I haven't been able to get, like I can't get the hazmat, not the hazmat glove. I haven't gotten the one that allows you to get the deuterium or whatever it's called. Those fossilized stuff. It's a special laser. I don't have that laser yet. I'm sure I'll eventually find it.
Wow, I just got a night crystal. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's the
advanced mining laser.
Yeah, that's the one. But I don't have it in normal either because I had such issues with my normal saves. So you know how you've done the story mode, correct?
Yes.
I want to make sure you did the story mode. Okay, so you know how you have to build your base and you have to put the armorer in and you have to put the farmer in. Well, I did that. I started doing it right after the big update that had the story mode going on in it, right? Well, then all these little updates kept changing things, so my armor wouldn't talk to me. I couldn't get my farmer, kept disappearing. Every time I'd recruit him, I'd go back after they did an update, he'd be gone. So I was like, screw y'all. I don't need any of that stuff. I'll just go finish the story. So I don't have a whole lot of patience. One of the people in my chat, he's called Thunderpoo2. He's all like, never played No Man's Sky, so he's all like, I want to play No Man's Sky, but I feel like it'd get boring. And I'm like, it just depends on what you play. I mean, creative can be boring for most people, but since I do portal jumping and keep track of portals, creative's the best way to do that. They don't have no resources, all that stuff. Huh? I have over 100. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I think I've only portal jumped 5 or 6 times.
I've been north, east, west, south, and center in the galactic map. So, and this one if you take that hexadecimal, the first one that showed up, and you flip it over like Wizard did. Only Wizard, what he did was he didn't flip the numbers. What he did was he took the last number and put it as the first number because you wouldn't be able to find a address using 6. It's rare. I mean, they're out there, but it's really rare for portal addresses to have a 6 in them. So he took the last number, which was a 2, and put it in the front, which would make it Bird, the second planet in the system. And he still came up with an invalid address. So then he flipped it, completely, reversed all the numbers like it would be if you looked in a mirror. And he was upset because he kept getting invalid numbers. But I told him, I tried to leave him a message. He never kind of returned it or nothing. I got to thinking about it. Just because you had an invalid address doesn't mean it wasn't sending you someplace. Because the invalid address will still send you to numbers that are close to that system, that are in the system of space. So, but if we go on the idea that after all the passes get out, they're going to put in a 1.4, kind of little quiet update, which will make could make that portal a valid address, or could put something in the systems that are near that address. So, I mean, it's not so much as speculating as it just like that's what somebody could do. I don't know if they would do it. I don't know if they would think about it. I don't even know if portals have any place really in the next update storyline. I'm going to assume they do, because you can now go places with portals where you couldn't before. I mean, why waste your time making portals for people to go bouncing around? Because it kind of defeats the purpose of the game if you think about it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So.
Well, I just found out that the system I'm in
doesn't have portal.
No, it does. It's a beacon system. So now, I'm just gonna have to look for a little green box that hopefully has a dagger in it. Besides, like a core box cube or what else is there? I've found everything. I mean, I'm looking. I've got 4 core box cubes. I've got 1 fast
well, you could, if you've got a Korvax cube, you could just hyper jump. I don't know what your resource is like, but you could hyper jump to a Korvax and find a portal on a Korvax planet. So, I mean, and a Gek, just that in Gek systems, portals are a little harder to find because sometimes they are only on 1 or 2 of the planets in the system. I don't know about Korvax because I haven't done Korvax.
Yeah,
hang on just a second. My son's getting ready to go get on the bus, and he's kind of really tired, so he's been kind of like resting before he goes. I don't know why he went to bed, his bedtime and everything, but his sinuses get bad sometimes. I'm going to my portal here. So when and if you get a portal number, if you don't get it while we do the stream, I do it about a 2-hour stream. I don't know what your day looks like, so you can jump in, jump out. But if you don't, I'll give you the numbers, and then for the I'll give you the portal, and then you can decide.
I can just jump on through right after.
Yeah, and you can just go and explore the systems yourself. Now, a lot of people don't realize that the actual system addresses in a portal address are not at the end. Some, I don't want to say where, but some of the communities, that's what they were telling people. And I even believed it till I went to E-Track and E-Track or whatever they call themselves there. E-Track, yeah. And they had a whole bunch of forums about it, how they broke down the whole system and what the numbers actually mean and what does that mean for portaling. You know, so if you wanted to go into a system, if you're looking for a particular system, how to get to the system. And you can create your own portal addresses, which I've done. Yeah, you can create, like, take your birth date. You just need the numbers and because the way the glyphs go is, it's not 16, so that's how people will write them up, you know, as those numbers. It's 0 to 9 and then A to F. Hey, Law of Evolution is in the chat. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Thank you for 7 hours. He streamed last night, 7 hours of Fortnite. So he must have been that one more time that Reaper always talks about. Just one more time, come on. I just want to do it one more time. So I dropped by his to say hi, and he said, well, give me a list of when you are streaming, and he'd stop by, and I said, cool.
Awesome.
So he did one more game like 6 times, he says. Yeah. Fortnite has a way of doing that to you. It's
yes,
like, yeah, just come on, you can do this. Just come on, do it one more time. So, Law, what we're gonna do is I'm dual streaming with Seroka4you, who has a cool little website that I posted in Facebook if you're interested. But we're gonna go and look at portal jumps using that first hexadecimal clue, or if you want, I don't know if you want to call it a clue, but that was left. Colt gave it to me, and it's exact amount of numbers that's a portal. So I've been jumping there off and on, looking to see if anything.
Grammy, I got the Geknip Dagger.
Yay!
Yes. Every planet I've been on has been a hostile planet. I mean, extremely hostile in this whole system.
Don't
I
you
just happened to land next to a crashed ship, and I was like, well, I see the box. Let's go check it out.
Chavo's in the chat. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So, guys, if you get a chance, check out Seroka4you's YouTube channel, and him and I are going to do some jumps. They're probably just going to be for pretty much like fun jumps. I mean, we're not expecting to find anything or anything like that. Just going to be exploring that space. But if we do, what fun would that be? I noticed that I turned it on today, and the
music was different?
Yeah, the intro music was not that pretty soft. It was more of a little like a rock thing, and I was like, what the heck is that? When did that change? So
like a drum, right?
Yeah, so if anybody's noticed that, it's not the soft, sweet music that you get when you first come in. It used to have a different tone to it, like you just kind of, it was really quiet and in the back of your head thing. So now, when I came on, it's very upbeat, kind of almost dark sound, and I was like, what's going on with my game, man? But I've been noticing I've noticed weird patterns all the time. My brain notices patterns and changes in things that are real subtle, and there's been a lot of them in No Man's Sky.
Especially since all the Waking Titan stuff. That's like, have you noticed the music on Waking Titan? I believe it's changed. It sounds like there's a lady in there. I don't know what you call it, like a gospel. They do the high pitch like oh type shit.
Hallelujah stuff, yeah.
Oh, I mean, like the way she pitches, it sounds like a woman pitching her voice. I'm like, that wasn't there before. There's no way.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So I have the portal code, but I'll have to let me translate it to actual glyphs. I've had it all over the place, so you're good. We're gonna sit here for just a minute, guys, in the chat, while I do this portal code real quick, just because I'm lazy. I don't want to write it down. I have a portal code to the center, too, if you're interested in that. A lot of people are like, oh, I need one to the center. I have one that's like 3 stops from the center. There is 2 more out there, but this one is a Gek, so I always use the Geks because they're giving me the freighter stuff, so...
Okay, Grammy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a piece of paper to write something down on, and I got to grab a beanie because my headset is kind of messing with the top of my hair. Give me 1 second. Yes,
my hair is all messed up. I don't want it to be that way. Say, Chavo, how are you this morning? Law Evolution played 7 hours of Fortnite. That is a lot of hours of Fortnite. I know, everybody keeps saying I should do a 8-hour, 12-hour stream. I know, guys, I'm not that young anymore. Not that young anymore. Okay, so I'm looking for my portal place. So, you know, No Man's Sky Portal Decoder is a fun place to go and hang out and convert portal codes. It will tell you the address is not valid, so if you do use this, that's okay, because not valid doesn't mean that it's not taking you someplace. It just means that it's not going to take you directly to someplace. So going to give me a code that takes me to approximate destination. We can start with that one. You can keep getting different ones each time if you want, though.
Hi, Grammy. I'm sorry I had to put the mic down.
Oh, no, that's all right. I was talking to the people in the chat.
Okay. I didn't know if you were talking to me or...
No. I was telling them that some people had suggested I do an 8-hour when I hit 300 or 250 subs and 12 hours, and Roger and I both agree that my body probably would have a hard time with that. It would bug my shoulders pretty bad, and then it would mess with my sleep. Travel saying he can barely get through 1 hour of...
I was surprised I actually went. I think it was almost 3 hours the other night. But
yeah. Well, it's easy to get to 3 hours. That's not too bad of a thing. But I was doing 2 hours and stop, 2 hours to stop of Amnesia for Halloween, and I just had to quit eventually. I was like,
Right.
And not for the talking part of it. It just you get tired. And I love if it's a game I could see with Fortnite. I could probably do 4 hours of Fortnite. I'd get irritated though at it at some point because it just I don't win, and you're like. My daughter was with Pippin and Ninja Pro 69, and they won a squad. So now I've got the umbrella, which is pretty cool.
Awesome.
But so Seroka4you and I have been trying to do a stream for a while and hadn't been able to get our times connected. And so this is kind of a fun time for us, and we're glad you're all coming along. Like I said, be sure to check out his YouTube channel if you get a chance, guys. He is also in the Discord, the Geknip Gang Discord, so he's there as isn't it S4Y? Is your Discord?
Yes.
Yeah. So you guys can all say hi to him there. Now he has a website. He has a website that he's built that's going to kind of bring all the communities together. That's the idea of it in the No Man's Sky. There's tons of them out there. Kind of bring them all together going around the alt pass for 4. So you come on to his website, you put in, if you have the pass, you put it in, and then you can share pictures. You do all the stuff you would do in Discord for No Man's Sky. But it's also, this is going to allow you to meet people that are not in the Discord, and you can share stuff. So I figure you could share like Geknip Gang information if you were a Geknip Gang member. So
everybody can share whatever they like, especially the Geknip Gang.
Yeah, so if you go to the Geknip Gang, those of you who are in it, and you find him in his S4Y, or you go to my Discord, you can find him there too. Ask him for an invite. I've set it up in my Discord. There is an invite and alternative reality for the website. And check it out. That's all he's asking is everybody come by and check it out. Because we know there's a lot of communities out there, and everybody's hooked up into one or the other, whether it's Reddit, whether it's the Alliance, whether it's Federation, whether it's through Cobra. But the idea is to kind of pull them together under one theme, and then start sharing information. Especially if Dave Langer is right, and it's going to be the groups on the cards are going to be working together. Chavo says that your audio is a little low. Could you boost it up a little? I may have to stop talking.
I might actually have it. My headset is horrible, and right now I'm just working with what I got. I mean, the mic is fine. It's the actual top of the headset is what's...
Yeah, no, I had a couple like that. I went and bought these PlayStation ones. Tomorrow, I think my son's gonna buy me my belated Christmas present because he didn't know what to get me. A headset for my Xbox 360, and I'm gonna try streaming some stuff off of that, like Dark Souls and things like that, and see if I can get that streaming going on. And then I'll do videos and streamings and stuff like that. So Chavo says he only plays with his brother-in-law in duos, never plays random solos, I would guess, in Fortnite. I play it all. So are you ready for the portal? I got one approximate one. And we can start there.
All I gotta do is, I gotta go to the monolith and get the beacon dagger.
Uh-huh.
He's gonna send me, or the monolith will send me to,
a portal.
The coordinates of the portal. Yep.
Okay, well what I'm gonna do, because for us to explore the space is, well, we have a choice, and this was because you're in, I don't know what save you're in, and I don't know how far, if you finished the story or whatever you did, in that what you're working with right now. I don't know what your other thing. But I'm going to pull in through with a base, because this is my save that has a I don't have a set base. I just use it to move through the universe, the galaxy. Your choice is, though, if you want, we can just stay on the one planet and explore that one to complete whatever, and then just keep asking for new portal codes. And it'll give us, because it's not a set portal code, it'll just keep giving us ones that are in the system of 7F6, which is, if we look it up in the Pilgrim Star path, will actually show us where it is in the galaxy.
Right.
So.
Yes. I love the Pilgrim Star path.
Website.
That's yes. That's a big help to let you know where you are, where you're going, and
well, I was mapping the galaxy, and so what I found out is that 000, there's an actual system that starts out with 000. I was curious if that was what, if you look for, okay, so in the portal code, you knock off the first one, right? And the next three numbers are where it is in the galaxy. That's where the system is in the galaxy. The last three numbers are it's the X, Y, and Z of the chart, you know, of how it charts out in when you graft it. So that's what the last, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The last 8 numbers, that's what they are. They're just X, Y, and Z. That's what it uses. That's what the program uses to set you into an area space. But the actual where it is in the galaxy is the is 2, 3, and 4 of the numbers. And so this is always going to put us in 7F6. It's not a valid address, and it's always going to throw us into 7. And we could look it up real quick on the portal code, not the portal code, but the Pilgrim Star, and it would tell us approximately where that is in the galaxy. So you could kind of tell people, oh, you're here in this part of the galaxy, if that was, you know, important to you. It's only important to me because I have a little circular thing where I'm mapping, because I want to see how the direction goes for the numbers, and right now it's going clockwise. So the numbers from 000, which is in the southern part of the galaxy map, we go clockwise around with our numbers in those 3 sets. Yeah, and it's that. What does it mean to the rest of you? Absolutely nothing. It's just a thing for me to know where I am in the galaxy. So if I haven't explored a certain region of space, I can then go and look at the addresses I already have charted, and I can create new portal addresses at different systems based on the number combinations that it gives you. That's it. It has nothing to do with anybody else. One of the side quests that I'm doing is looking for Rick McPherson lore, was to do the red dwarf, the Gek red dwarf that has the 6 bodies. It's 3 planets and 3 moons, and it's one of those things you find when you go through the Alt Pass 3 in the space stations. You'll show up and it gives you the lore of the Atlas talks about this planet system. Apparently that's the Gek homeworld, and Korvax started there, so he was looking for it. to see if it's actually in game, because it gives it to you, but no one's found it in game as far as he knows. So I was all like, I'll check it out, see if I can find it.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool to
have it. Yeah.
I've always wondered, is it real?
Yeah, and so is he. So.
Well, you always, like I was telling you on one of your live streams, I'm gonna attack Extreme Sentinels. I was walking into that room where the planets would float around, and it's that one that's all red, and it was, what is this? You know, I was like, everybody's gonna think I'm crazy.
Nope, that is an actual lore that's in there. Hey, Mojo. Oh, Mojo. So I think that this is gonna upset Seroka4you, but I think that the concept of the YouTube's new rules is not to punish us little people, though it does. It's kind of the consequence. But I think it is to thin out those channels that are ciphering money for absolutely no reason. Like they got, there's one they showed where it's a dog jumping up and down for 5 minutes. You know, wow. And people have watched it, like, I don't know, probably because they click in, but it doesn't have a lot of view time. I'm sure if we went to the analytics of it, it probably doesn't have I don't know, there are people that would probably watch a dog for 5 minutes jumping up and down. But, well, and maybe over and over and over again. So that concept there is good. And to make sure that people who are putting, and not talking about Logan Paul per se, but other people putting kind of questionable content up that nobody needs to see, like maybe there was also one that wasn't under the children, but it was the boy who shot himself or the kid who hung himself. None of that needs to be really out there. I mean, there's other internet places it could be, but not really on YouTube, I don't think. Hello, Dakota Boy Ninja. And so I think that when you're talking about a huge company, they're not, it's like I always used to tell people when I worked with their children, and they'd be really upset that their kids weren't getting the attention that they needed in school, and I had to explain to them that it's one child in, let's say, 150 kids. One child and 350 kids. Well, in this case, it's one channel, yours, or mine, or anybody else's, compared to, I don't know, millions of channels that are out there. Right, and so they kind of have to, it's sad, but they have to put some type of thing up there. I don't think that it's going to completely do away with people putting weird stuff on the internet, on YouTube. It's just not. There's people that are always going to figure out a way around that. But it is a good way to start, and it's not like they haven't had, it's only been like 2 or 3 years that they put up the 1,000, you had to have 1,000 views to be a part of the YouTube thing.
Right.
So before that, you could upload and make money and do that. So the age of PewDiePie is over. And that's pretty much, and the age of Jacksepticeye is over. Now you're going to have to work a lot harder if your goal is to make money off your channel. A lot of people, it's not per se a goal to make money off your channel, but it is to get money to put back into your channel. So at this rate, it's going to be better for Patreon. It's going to be better for, it's going to open up competition better. So that's good too. That's a healthy thing. Hey Midnight, I was just commenting on Mojo asked me about something, so I commented on it for him. Because we all want to know. We all want to know what you think. We all want to know.
Grammy, I'm getting my glyphs powered up right now. Hoping I have enough. Ooh, shield's down. Give me 1 second or I'm gonna they're gonna kick my ass. These sentinels are going nuts. Critical damage, and I really don't want to die.
Don't die. Don't die. Right. It's because you're hanging out with me. I die all the time. I'm telling you. Chaos all the time. I'm sure I had this website, but I wanted to make sure I had it crunchy.
Now, see, what I noticed, which is crazy, is I heard a lot of good things about the Ray Rod mod.
Yeah.
This system that I'm in right now, actually, like I'm playing on PlayStation 4. Oh no, we got a Sentinel combat deployed. Boy, they're really messing with me there.
All right, hang on just a second. I have to address somebody in my chat. Hey Roger,
Okay.
go ahead and jump over to Reaper. Tell him I'm streaming and that I say hi, and then you can go ahead and hang out watching him and just check up with me. I can get on here if I have to and kick somebody off if they're being nasty. So Reaper, Olmec Reaper is streaming right now. I don't know what he's streaming. He had said he didn't know if he was going to stream. So go ahead and say hi, and I'm going to say hi to you, and we'll all be happy little campers, because Geknip Gang shares the waves and the spaces, and I'm not, like I said, this was a special. Reaper normally does this time slot Monday through Friday. I'm just doing a special thing with Seroka, so it's not like I'm going to weep a whole lot if y'all not here. Him and me can entertain ourselves, really, I swear. I promise it can. No, that's not what I'm going to do. But I'm sitting here for just a minute. Seroka's trying to get there anyway.
From these Sentinels. I'm here at the portal, they just keep coming back and messing with me.
Oh, he's playing Fortnite. So Reaper's playing Fortnite again. Hey Roger, I'll just tell him myself. Everybody wants to play that news, all the new stuff.
I heard somebody on, it was either Facebook or it might have been through one of the Discords I kind of just peep in and out of, like, they were running Windows 10 or something, and basically the way they put their comment was like, let's see if No Man's Sky is VR capable. I was kind of like, well, okay, I'm gonna activate the portal, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So
get your portal address where you're at. Have you decided what you're doing?
No, I haven't.
So decide if you're just going to explore or if you're going to pull yourself through. That's really what you got to figure out what you want to do, because that's all right. I get it, Roger. I would never ask you to pick between him or me. I have no idea, Daniel, when I'm going to play normal again. Probably in about 2 weeks. Mojo, ask your question again. I like Ark. I play Ark. I know Reaper does. He says hello all the time. Well, you know, I got into YouTube because I was going completely batshit crazy with being disabled and didn't know what to do. And I was watching Jacksepticeye, and he said, you can, like that point at you can do YouTube too. And I thought, maybe this is my chance to play around with animation, because I always wanted, since I was like small, I wanted to be a director of movies and then a director of cartoons. But not anime, not like cartoons, but anime, like have a message, tell a story, that kind of thing. And so I was literally sitting in chairs watching my paint peel and crying because my life had completely taken this complete reversal that I had been working for over 10 years so hard to get to. And I had just completed the most complex, was to get my master's degrees, and I was starting to do my internship, and I was doing the stuff I wanted to do exactly how I wanted to do it. And then I became disabled and I no longer could do what I was doing. I couldn't do much of nothing. So I had to figure out something else to do. I could play video games for at the most 2 hours, but that was pretty much it. I had to take breaks and stuff like that. So when we talk about, and I'm 52, I wouldn't be able to retire even early until, another 10 years. So I could have gotten another 10 years of working at that higher pay level, and doing things with my kids I'd never done before, because I would have had more money, and it would have been that dream that we all talk about. So when I looked at YouTube, I see this hobby that you can do, but also through, like most hobbies, you can make some money off it. You're not going to make a whole lot unless you're really, really lucky. I mean, there's a lot that goes into that, making money on YouTube.
Wow.
A lot of money.
Grammy,
So,
have you ever seen the Walking Sentinel?
yes, I have. They're big boys.
This is the first time I'm seeing it. First time ever.
First time ever. You have a first time on Seroka4yu's stream, man.
That's a crazy, yeah, because...
You are streaming, right? So they'll be able to...
I'm recording right now.
Yeah, so you guys will be able to watch Seroka4yu's video later, when he posts it later on, and see his first time. First time ever.
Cool as hell.
Are you, what mode are you playing in?
Normal. Normal, yep.
Normal mode. So that being said, when we talk about the view of YouTube, YouTube as a company is constantly going to be changing. It's not going to look at individuals, it's going to look at bunches, and it's going to be the bunches that are going to make the most money. What are people watching? Just like a network, what are people watching, why are they watching it, and how do we profit from it? Because they're a company. If they were a non-profit and it was just something where they were going to share with the rest of us, then that would be great, you know, but that's not how it is. And there are lots of them out there. You got Mixer. There's another one. I don't think it's Daily Motion, but there's another one that if you get after you get 1,000 views on your video, they'll start paying you $2 for every view, or wow. $2 to $5 for every view. So that again is 1,000 views. So that means 1,000 people, or at least a couple people, watching it over and over, have to watch your video. But then you can make money after that. So if you plan and have a good plan, I have a 5-year plan, so if you sit and have a plan and sit down and decide what it is you want, you can make money off your YouTube channel. Are you going to make a lot? That will just depend on how many people like you. It's the same thing, you know. There's so many TV shows out there that we never see the light of day because not enough people liked them. The plot comes out, the first plot came out, you watched it, people are like, eh, and it never went back. You know, it's rare that people like something at the very beginning. It has to be something like, if you go back and watch The Walking Dead, the very first ones, they were, you know, they were really gripping because it was a time period when they didn't have that kind of stuff going on. So, you just... And the other thing is that you either have to have content that everyone loves, okay, it's something everybody wants to watch, or you have to be the kind of personality that everybody enjoys. Like Law of Evolution has a beautiful voice, he's funny, and he's interesting to watch. So he could probably pretty much play, and I know he's talked about it in streams where people have asked him, why aren't you playing this anymore, No Man's Sky, or why are you not? Because he has a certain fan base that likes one game, but he has enough of a fan base that likes different games that he plays. Reaper's another one. Old McReaper. He's got a set fan base that pretty much he could play anything and they're going to show up just because they like to listen to him. And that's how it was for PewDiePie. That's how it was for Jacksepticeye. That's how it was for Markiplier. They got a fan base, a nice set solid fan base of at least 200 people that would always come and watch them no matter what. And then you start building on that, and pretty soon you have 1,000 fan base. There's, you know, they're always going to watch your videos. So it's getting those people to come and watch. Now, as a female and an older female, it's harder. Well, for females alone in gaming, it's harder to get people to come watch you.
See, that's crazy though, because I always thought it's interesting to watch a woman play. So when I grew up, that was like a dudes type of, you know, it was always the guys, you know. I never seen my aunts. I never seen any woman or girl, you know, when I was growing up. So that's what makes it interesting when I watch women play. I mean, and you know how smart women are, Grammy.
Some of them. Some of them are smart, and some of them are not. They're not using their smarts, I guess, would be the thing, you know.
Right.
But yeah, the thing is I always tell people this, is I just did a blog on that about how I play video games and how I look at things, and I was always told that I wouldn't be very good at playing video games. I'm not very good. It's not because somebody told me I wasn't very good, but you are influenced by those things around you. And I was not influenced to be a very smart or science person. In fact, when I would ask questions about science to my teachers, they'd get very stressed out at me. I learned what I learned in school was don't ask questions your teachers don't know answers to, because you'll get in trouble. And then in college, same thing, because my brain thinks differently than most people's brains. I'd get teachers that say, oh, there's no such thing as a stupid question. And then about 3 weeks into this classroom, class, they'd take me aside and say, some of your questions aren't, I want to encourage you to keep asking questions, but some of these questions, So that at that point, then I would start looking for answers on my own. And I've always been that way. Just because other people don't think that way doesn't mean we got stuck. I'm stuck in the portal.
I have my portal address.
Yeah. Do you have toxic protection?
Yes.
Okay, because this planet I'm going to give you is highly toxic. So I'm going to look for a base. If I don't find a base here, I'm going to be mixing up my portal stuff. It's a really toxic place. So, when you're ready, let me know. Oh, there's a planet over there. Have I been here before? Chavo is excellent to listen to. He is so fun, and then he's created this whole thing going on that's just great. So,
okay, I am ready.
Roger says I can always ask him a question, and he will always answer them. Yeah, and at this age, most of the time I just go find my answers. I'm no longer shy. I'm no longer upset about asking questions. People get mad at me. They get mad at me. That's the way it is. So I haven't actually been here. This has 3 planets and a moon. I gotta change this. Let's see. So we're gonna do
okay.
2 planets, 1 moon. I'm gonna change this. Are you ready? I can give you the portal.
Yes.
Alright, so we have face. You know
face.
which one that is, right? The little totem looking face. Alright, I call it a bug. Some people call it the spider. Some people call it the crab. It's the 7th, it should be the 7th glyph. It's the one where it has it looks like a crab to me, but it's got 3 arms on it and stuff.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have every 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have every. I don't have every. I have 6 portal, and I'm actually missing everything on after that. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is.
So here's what we'll do instead. Why don't I come and hang out with you in your system, and we'll just go looking at stuff, and then I will give you this portal code, and when you get on creative the next time, you can set up your creative, and you can do some portal code exploring on your own, and we can do it again in a week's time. Does that sound good?
That sounds wonderful.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the code. I'm going to give you the portal code in numbers. I'm not going to give it to you in glyphs. I'm going to give it to you in numbers, so that you can then go into the No Man's Sky portal code and put it in and come up with a whole bunch of different. It'll keep giving you different ones. You can just keep visiting different places that you want to go. Chavo is going to help me set my bots up in the next couple of weeks. So,
well, Chavo sounds like a very wonderful person.
You should check out Chavo and Sun Gaming. He has Saturday morning coffee with Chavo, and then when he does some late night, he doesn't do them. He doesn't have a schedule. But if you you subscribe and put the bell, when he comes up in his chat, he plays the games. Where you earn tacos, because everybody loves tacos. He's the taco lord. You earn tacos, and then you can play some little chat games while he's doing his stream. And you can talk to him about No Man's Sky, because he plays No Man's Sky too. Roger is telling me Lori has more. Oh, Lori's really smart. Roger's girlfriend is really smart, guys. We have Dan Hipley. He plays in normal survival and permadeath. Seroka, have you met Dan Hipley?
I don't know if I have.
He is our professor. He's my professor of No Man's Sky. Not the survival guru, NMS survival guru, Dan him, and he will help you at any time if you need to find glyphs. If you need, he has them all listed for the first galaxy. He's the one.
Okay, definitely.
So you can earn tacos. Yes, La, you can earn tacos on Chavo. So Chavo's the place to go if you love tacos. It's fun. It's usually a late night streams. I'm hoping, I don't know when, but I'm hoping to play some Destiny 1 with Chavo and Reaper when Reaper gets his Destiny, and Irvsauce when Irvsauce's posting. So, and they're all part of the Geknip Gang, so at any point in time you want to know what's going on, you check in with Chavo and the Geknip Gang and he'll tell you. Hey, Fatal Reaper, how are you? Alright, so here's the portal code. You ready? Now remember, so I'm also going to give you, so originally the hexagram numbers, right, were the 6D, 69, 72, 72, 6, I'm going fast, F72. Wait, so if you wanted that, you can find it on Mirrored 72, I think is where it originally popped up. Yep. When they solved it and they got that number. So we flip it like you would in a mirror. Okay, we're going to go simplistic here. I'm going like simplistic, even though Hello Games and Allison Smith have like Einstein level freaking puzzles. Okay, we're just gonna go simple and see if something pops up in the next couple of weeks, and I've been popping in here off and on. So I talk about Old Mech Reaper all the time. I'm doing an animation short for him. He is my second person I met in the Geknip Gang when I joined. It was Pippin Plays and Old Mech Reaper, and they were so sweet and so nice that I enjoyed talking to him all the time. So Fatal Reaper, yeah, he's one of my favorite streamers, and he does No Man's Sky, so if you're interested in that. Oh, Dan was saying his survival and permadeath is in the second galaxy only, and his creative is in first galaxy. So, hey Dawson, how are you? Dawson's here. I don't think he's ever been here. So, you flip those numbers, and here's the portal code. You ready? 2, 7, F, 6, 2, 7, 2, 7, 9, 6, D, 6. If you want to explore all the systems that are in the F7, F6, which is those, those first, that's 2, 3, and 4 numbers. You don't go to the portal decoder because it'll only give you one, and then it won't give you any more. You can just take that portal code and create it out on your own with your glyphs. You know how to do that, right? You know that it's kind of a weird thing that the jelly or the sunset thing is a 0. Yeah. It's not 1. It's 0.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you go 0 to 9. Right, it goes 0 to 9 for that first row, kind of. So you list jelly as a 0, bird is a 1, face is going to be 2. Okay, so you can just write it out on yourself. You put all the glyphs up, and you start out with jelly as 0. Then, after you get to 9, you're going to go from A to F. So those are exotic. They're considered the exotic glyphs. And they're going to give you like the spiral and the boat and the spiral, the ship, those kind, the pyramid, I call it the pie piece because of Trivial Pursuit, because it looks like the Trivial Pursuit thing. Yeah. So those numbers, those glyphs are the A through F. So that's why you couldn't run the number with a 60. The hexagram number with 6 being at the beginning is going to be an invalid address. But it'd still give you a universal address. It'd still put you out there in the galaxy someplace. So even if it comes up invalid, you're still going to have it. So chat, you're all moving real quick for me, so I'm sorry that I've missed you in this aspect. Alright. So when you're doing that, when you're picking out your portals like that, it's gonna if you do it through just the portal code, don't go to the decoder. You can just keep getting all kinds of different addresses that are in that 276. I'm waiting to see if maybe, like I said, that changes it and becomes valid. So Go ahead and go to your portal and give me your address, and then I'll come
Yep.
through and hang out with you there after I find my
Okay,
pen.
so I've got teardrop, and then you said the jellyfish is a 0. So let me get used to writing these down because you're the only one that has really explained that to me. So this is still kind of
So you have
coming in. So I got
the teardrop I call balloon.
balloon, okay, and then I have the jelly. So it goes
Yep.
balloon, jelly, balloon, and then I have the fish,
Mhm.
and then jelly,
Mhm.
and then the bird.
Yep.
Spiral, like a galaxy spiral.
Yeah, that's called the black hole in the Reddit. I call it spiral. I know all the proper names to this if y'all want to know, because Reddit has their own names. I don't know why everybody has to have different names. Can't have different names. It's fine, but they get mad.
It looks like a Y, but it's actually got like
I call it, that's my dude. He's a little dude. He's a little, like, earth dude, like a tree. Because it's a
Okay,
Y
there you
with
go.
a circle on the top of the head, so.
And then we got the face,
Mhm.
and then spaceship.
The rocket ship.
Yes, the rocket ship.
That's fine. I just
And
want to
then,
make sure that's the one you're saying.
Like you said, the Trivial Pursuit, the octagon
Pie.
with the circle.
Right. I call it the pie. It's the easiest way. It's like little
And
pieces of
then-
pie.
The teepee.
Yep, teepee. Is that it?
Yes. So I got balloon,
Okay.
jelly, balloon, fish, or not fish. Like
That's an interesting
fish or whale.
address.
Jelly. Then I have bird, which actually he looks like a phoenix. Spiral, Y, base, spaceship, pie, then
Okay, well, I have to go back through and then back through again. I gotta name this one that I'm in, though. I was gonna name this after law. So let me do that.
and that is a really unique portal code for me. That's the first that I've ever seen.
Well, it's first time you have balloon as first, but that would make it. How many planets do you have in that system?
I'm actually gonna have to check. I believe it's 6 or 7.
Yeah,
it's actually a really weird planet.
Because balloon would be 6, so that puts it as the 6th planet. You're probably on the 6th planet.
Okay.
That's why. You do know that the first code is the planet position or a moon, depending on what it is. Moon will have a moon. Not all moons have portals.
Right.
You know the moon with the arrow, like, it always reminds me of Artemis's moon symbol. So, okay, so Dawson and Fatal Reaper, I'm not sure what you guys are all thinking. We're playing in the first galaxy. I'm going to tell you guys a little secret that people don't think. All the portal codes that you collect will be able to be used in other galaxies. The worst that'll come up is it'll say it's an invalid address, but it'll still put you in a position of said galaxy. So you can use it or not use it as you decide. I mean, a lot of people are think so. So if you were in, let's say, the 12th galaxy, you can use your portal codes. It's going to give you different planets, and it might put you in a different position of the galaxy, but it's still going to be usable. So it's kind of cool that way. Are you there, Seroka?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so you got a little lower so your mic's either moving away or whatever.
Sorry.
Can I jump? You can't jump between galaxies. You go from Galaxy 1 to Galaxy 2. So if you want to stay in a Galaxy 1, you're going to have a save in Galaxy 1, then move to Galaxy 2 and have a save there. But you can use the same portal addresses, so you don't have to keep going around. You'll have new ones because they're going to jumble up the things, but the addresses are going to still be the same. You're still going to go from 000 as the first system then clockwise around. Hey, Savjazz, how are you? Savjazz21, whoop, 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 is in the chat. You must be tired. he works nights, so he must be up and doing his things. Alright, we're going to go to Seroka4you. So Savjazz and Dawson and Fatal Reaper. Seroka4you we're doing a dual stream. He has a brand new website that you guys should check out. It's in my Discord. I think I put it in the Geknip Discord. It's on my Twitter. It's in various places, and it's in his too. So y'all should go check it out. And what he's trying to do is bring everybody from all the different area communities of No Man's Sky to one website. And it doesn't have to become a permanent website for you. It just wants you to check in, and if you have a pass, let everybody know you have a pass, so we can start finding the groups that we're going to be in, because everybody thinks we're going to be in groups working towards whatever the ARG is, if you're interested in the ARG. If you're not interested in the ARG, you should still go and see his website, because you might meet other people that you've not met before that you could be playing No Man's Sky with. That's how I say it. So...
Wonderful, Grammy. Thank you.
Yeah.
How am I sounding on the mic?
Can you guys hear Seroka4? We were a little low for me, so if you're low for me, you were fine when Chavo said you were low, so they're not hearing you real well on thing. And he is recording this, so you can go to his channel when he puts it up and watch it from his side. But in a minute, I'm going to be over there with him. I got to see. Okay, so Dawson... They say you're a little low. Dawson, okay. You can go to the Geknip Gang Discord. You can look into my About page and go to my Discord. You can go to my Twitter, which is just Shardvixen. Grammy Plays Games. You can go to... It's not in my Instagram and Tumblr yet, but I'll have it there pretty soon. I mostly use Discord, so... Savjazz put up the Geknip Gang. I do not have a Nightbot yet. We are working on that with Chavo. So, once that's all set up, we'll be able to go to all those places. And you'll be able to automatically click it in. We're going to set up a game chat, too. You could go to Savjazz21's Discord. Just go to Discord, put in search, and put Savjazz21. Mine's called Shardvixen's Den. You can go to my channel. You can put in Geknip Gang. Other people have channels. I think Chavo might. No, maybe Chavo doesn't have one anymore. Cobra TV has one. We might post it there. I was going to tell you, Seroka, you should ask to post it in Cobra's TV.
Right.
Thing.
Yeah, I was definitely going to do that. We are on a very hostile planet, Grammy.
Well, you can go to your spaceship and wait for me. It won't affect me at all. It won't be hostile for me, guys. It'll be it might be a vacation place. Let's see. Okay, I can't talk while I do this. I wish I could. I can multitask, but talking and doing things doesn't always work well. We have to read too. So this is the place where Seroka is at the moment. Is this your home galaxy?
No, I am very, very far from my home galaxy.
Oh, he's out exploring like everybody else.
I got lost during the hub expedition, and then they moved the hub. I believe. I mean, is it still in the same place, or they had to move it when?
Okay, you gave me an address, but it's telling me that address isn't good. Let me go through it and see where I end up. It's probably because it's the 6th planet. It's not giving me. It's not going to let me come to a portal that's on the 6th planet. That happens quite a bit, guys. Grammy is not much cooler. We are equal in all coolness. Savjazz is one of the best. Okay, he is one of the best. I was telling Gaming Mike that Gaming Mike was 4th best in some of my favorite YouTubers. So there is Savjazz, Pippin Plays, and Old McReaper. So gaming Mike would be fourth best in being funny. I don't know if he likes that or not. So, alright, I am on a planet that is kind of an interesting planet because it tells me you have not been here. Do you name your planets when you go, your systems and planets?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, 'cause this one's not been named. So this is 4 planets and 1 moon. It is Viking. What did you say the system you were on was?
It's Viking, yes.
Yeah, this is Nubolium Zib. I'm gonna name it. Sorry.
That's fine.
We're gonna name it. We're gonna name it backwards because mirror is the term here, everyone. So everything today is gonna be backwards. That's
actually a really cool idea.
I come up with them sometimes. They don't always work out, though. I'll have you know that. I come up with tons of them. There he goes. And that's 21 jobs.
I like that. It's perfect.
Yeah, so now we got to figure out why. You know what? Okay, you said you're on 6 planets, correct? You're in a system with 6 planets. I'm gonna...
Oh, every time I go out in space, see, I must have pissed the Sentinels off because I only got Authority starships and everything coming after me. Let me get out here a little bit. They're gonna try and kick my ass. Oh, it's not letting me bring up the glass.
I don't farm, Savjazz. The only place I farm is Ark. I don't mind farming, actually. I used to play a lot of farming mobile games, but computer games, I don't know how this. I do have a freighter. I could jump around the galaxy if I want. This is my exploring thing, so... Could you own 2 freighters? No, cannot own 2 freighters. Wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't it be great if you could own a space station and then have freighters in your space station? Like an army.
Right.
Savjazz, you have all good sides. Because human beings' bad sides are always hidden. Alright, so we're going to do what I know about portal jumping. We're going to make our own portal address here. So I'm going to read it back to you real quick. Are you ready?
Yep.
When you read it to me, it seemed correct, but I'm going to read it again. It was balloon, jelly, balloon, fish, jelly, bird, spiral, dude, face, spaceship, pie, TP.
Yes.
Okay, no, it won't come up. So you have one of the, you're on a planet. This is really great. Okay, Seroka is on a planet that has a portal that can only go out. It will not come in. You cannot get into it. It's called a dead end portal. They're kind of rare and usually on moons. But in big systems, it'll happen too.
Now, I wonder if is there something special about the whole system, or that's just how
No, I think it's a glitch in the programming. I think because they created portals, but you couldn't use them. Then they did the Artemis path, and portals all of a sudden could be used. You could bounce around because they were part of the story. Remember, you have to use them in the story. So they had to bring the portals up. Portals don't necessarily... The way the system is that you should be able to go from jelly. Actually, jelly is kind of a stupid thing. But you should be able to go from bird all the way to balloon, which would be your 6th. You know, because it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to boat. So that would be all. That would be typically the positions on the system, because the biggest amount you can have is 6. But jelly kind of messes it up because that's a 0, but also can be used as a 1. So I just think that it's one of those things, like if you're a writer, it makes perfect sense. You write a story, so we could, off the top of our head, you know, the knight saves the princess. That's your line. So the whole story is revolved around the knight saving the princess. Everybody loves the story and says, let's have more of it. So you go do backstory. But you already have a story that started, and then pretty soon you're starting to fill in gaps, but you can't fill in the gaps because you didn't think that far ahead. And I think that's kind of what happened in some of these portals. They only show up because of the fact you found it. If you hadn't have found it, it wouldn't have showed up. The computer has to generate that program because you were looking for a portal, and technically the planet would have the portal because it had the monolith. I don't think there's any pre-design in portals except portals that you needed, that they needed. That's the only portals I think are pre-designed. Every other one is generated because it's because you put the right stuff in. Because you still got to remember, as a game, I know people like to look at this as a total separate galaxy, but if you look at it as a game, it has a programming, and there's a system to the programming. So, yes, Daniel. Ask Daniel. Anybody in my chat that has a question about No Man's Sky that doesn't have to do with portals, Daniel Hipley is the man to go to. Okay? He has a PSN tag, which is Dan Hipley, as far as I know. And you can go and friend him and ask him questions, and he will answer questions to you forever. Hello, Falcon. How are you? If you guys ever see Devilish Pixie, I've been waiting for her to show up because she's in the Game Detectives. So, all right, Seroka, okay. I'm gonna try for first planet here and see what we get. Okay. I'm not gonna use Jelly because usually Jelly and Bird are the same planet. There's no change in that. Okay, Dawson says, which galaxy should I start on when I get my Suddenlink Wi-Fi finally up? I am having to wait for a tax return. Any galaxy works, Dawson. The first galaxy's fun. Most people are still in the first galaxy. It depends on what you want to do. I mean, if you want to do exploration, I'm sure any galaxy will work for you. If you are doing the storyline, you're going to end up in other galaxies. Technically, there's 42 galaxies, is what I've been told.
Okay. See, I wasn't sure. I know one night I was watching your live stream, and I thought somebody had told me there's 256.
Well, there is, but the highest I've heard of anybody going to that at this point in time, the highest I've heard is 42. I have not seen anyone else say they've gone past 42. There's a gentleman out there, I want to say he's in the Alliance, who is trying to map them all. He's trying to bounce all the way through to every single galaxy. Last time I heard, all he got to was 42. So, wow, Roger, 35-person table at work, that's gotta suck. My daughter works in a restaurant, and she likes the big ones because sometimes they tip really good, but sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're not nice. All right, Daniel Hipley has put in his PSN. It's just Daniel Hipley, no space, and Hipley's a little H. And you can friend him and ask him questions till the end of time. He loves it. Loves it. He'll come and help you. He will help you find your glyphs. He gets a little irritated with me because I'm slow and mess things up all the time. Because I just play. I just play in creative when I do all this. When I do my normal, it irritates me.
Yeah,
what you doing, Seroka? Are you still running from the rat bastards?
Yeah. It is very...
okay, this address came up solid. Alright, so... It's a good address. So I'm probably on the first or second planet. I'll tell you when I get there.
Okay, and I will come right to you.
And we'll all see my... I like being a little ball of light. It's unique. What's unique? Yes, I mean, what other game do we have where we're all little balls of light? But I played No Man's Sky for people in my chat. I played No Man's Sky when it first came out. I've done some really stupid things, like I actually crashed my ship on a floating island. It got stuck between a floating island and the planet. And I was shipless. So I had to go find a crash ship to build to get off the freaking planet. And I had to go around the whole planet. And it is in my playlist if you want to see it. Okay, so you've not been to this planet? Alright, this is not correct either. Because it says you have 3 planets. How many planets did you say you have? Seroka?
Yep, I'm still here.
How many planets do you have in your system?
We have...
This isn't right anyway.